the Diakonia podcast.
Hi, this is Eric with Diakonia. Thank you for stopping back again for our podcast. It's been a while. I know it's been a while. I apologize about that. It's been a crazy fall. We had a ton of work at Annubis Productions, which is our production company, and that was amazing. God's good. He opened up a bunch of doors, and all of a sudden, it all came in at once. And we also had this great project through Penn State Division of Autism, which is really cool. It had actors. It was a 6-day shoot. There was a big edit involved with it. So we're going to have our hands full with that for a little. But we got to work with really great people and work on something that's just for such an amazing cause. It's a device it's to help train people on a device, caregivers of people with nonverbal autism. And the device allows them to have a voice and to communicate. And it's an amazing project. So we're really excited about that. And it's just, Diakonia had to take a back burner for a little bit because one, we just never have found funding, and two, we had stuff that paid, and you have to eat and we have to pay bills. So Diakonia kind of took a little bit of a back burner, but the good news is Monday we shot the final piece, and we shot Alima's pieces. We had an amazing actress, Leslie Talley, come in, and she's our Alima. Did a fantastic job. We never raised the money that we were hoping to raise in general. We did get a donation that was allowed us to kind of plan this, but we had to restructure the shoot. It was supposed to have a bus and have a lot of extras, and we really toned it down to a taxi and Leslie coming into town that way. And you know what? I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a blessing because it's going to really amp up the suspenseful nature because it's just her, and it's going to be a bit more of a thriller that way, like thrilling and exciting. And I definitely, I think it might be a blessing in disguise. So it is what it is, and we made the best of it, which is what we've been doing the whole way. We've really tried to make this an event in Lebanon by shooting in local spots that people know, like the Trinity Church, the Boxy, and the Lebanon Valley Mall, of course. But it just never took off. Lebanon, for whatever its reasons, doesn't always tend to jump on board when people are doing things locally, and that's fine. It's just a reality. And I think we're going to just have to shift gears now. We have it shot. We were really hoping to have this big fan base going locally and people that were excited about it and people that were excited something was happening in Lebanon. But it just, by my fault or whatever reason, I just didn't pull it off. And people didn't really get behind it and support it. So we are now going to finish the trailer. We're going to keep pushing on social media. We're going to re-gear a little bit how we go forward, how we pursue things, how we're going to have to chase after distribution a little bit. Because, if you do have that social media support, it really is a huge help, and it really helps get you out there. It also shows that people are interested. This is something they're excited about, but we're going to have to just approach that a little differently and find our market, find our peoples somewhere else. And, we have some ideas. I'm going to be retooling at the end of this year, but first and foremost, I just want to thank you for following. Thank you for supporting it. I want to thank the Lord for opening up those doors, because every time I was ready to go, like, look, nobody cares, nobody's supporting this, we actually would have a bigger donor come in with enough, and it would be enough that we could then do the next section. And it was enough. And I think we did make a really neat trailer. All of our talent is extremely gifted, did amazing work. Brandon Talley did amazing work. Trinity Hoffman did amazing work. Casey Hess did amazing work. Everybody we had involved in it. Derek Roden has a small piece in our mall scene. He did amazing work. Like, all of our talent was really, really amazing. Our main actor did amazing work as well. Like, everybody's just like, it came together in all the ways you needed it to. It's just not financially. So we move forward, and that's the way film is, and that's what you do. And I feel like this is the direction we're supposed to go. I feel like this is a project that's supposed to get made. And as many people noticed, The Chosen has doing a limited theatrical run of their first 2 episodes of season 3, and it's successful. So there is a thirst out there for it. Now, something like The Chosen is a direct, Christian piece. And we, on the other hand, are based in Christian, the basic Christian philosophies and Christian fundamentals. And we're not, obviously, The Chosen is directly about Jesus, so it does not get more Christian than that. Ours, on the other hand, is based in those principles, and therefore the story functions out of that, and it's not a lesson-based entertainment. It's actually just hopefully a really entertaining film that is based in Christian principles and will open people's eyes to and interest in and spark interest in people looking up like, oh, are these gifts of the Spirit real? Oh, is this something I've never heard of this before? It's really supposed to be that. And I think there's a huge audience for that as well, because that audience is out there and they're looking for programming that, I did a podcast with a gentleman who's an atheist, and he was like, he generally runs away from Christian programming because it's teaching him a lesson, and it's a lesson. It's not a movie, or it's not entertainment necessarily. But he was like, something like this I'd love to watch, and I think we have a big open niche, like this whole field ahead of us that we could run down if we just get this off the ground, because I think we could reach Christians and the secular world, and we can introduce so many people to some of these principles. And I just feel like that's why this is important. There's not much out there like this, if anything, that is functioning in this way. So, we'll see. God's good. We'll see what doors he opens, and we'll just keep pushing the rock uphill for now. And hopefully at some point the rock gets lighter, or somebody comes along to help push it for us, and we can get this thing moving into high gear. I would still love to shoot it around Lebanon, and at that point, I think it would definitely be a bigger draw once we were doing the full series. But we're open to a lot of different options with it. We could convert this into an actual movie. We could convert it from 12 episodes down to 8 episodes. There's a whole lot of different ways we could go with this, and we're very open to working with whatever distributor that we can get that's interested and that wants to run with this. And I think we have a great concept, and we have a great a great piece that's going to be awesome. So anyway, we have that last episode shot. So the last scene shot. So we're going to get the trailer put together. We're then going to move forward and getting that out to distributors, and also with everybody here. We should be getting a mini trailer out, I'm hoping, this week, and then the full trailer by the end of the year. And then we're probably going to take the end of the year to retool our targeting and our technique of how we need to get this out there. Because right now we're caught in a bubble. We have a few of you out there that care, and you're sharing and liking, and it's so nice of you and so kind of you. And we can't tell you how much we appreciate it. But we really need to get outside of that and get this thing moving. So, but we're excited. And I hope you're excited, and I'm sorry for the delay in the podcast, and I don't think anyone was losing sleep over our disappearance. But I was going to say I hope you were, but I don't. Don't lose sleep over us. No. But no, thank you. Thank you so much for everything you've done, and just stay tuned here. We're going to revamp. We're going to, we might redo the funding page to try to maybe do the whole series. We might start trying to tour this around, the trailer around to places, to maybe churches or something, to try to speak and get them involved, and get people of faith involved. We might, if a door opens at a distributor that wouldn't be the way, we could maybe just go that route. There's just so many different things that could happen, and this business is so varied that we don't know. So hang in there with us, and thank you for your support. And I hope it's getting to be holiday season time. I got Snoopy sleeping on his light strewn doghouse here on my shirt because it's Christmas time, so the Christmas shirt's got to come out, and we're excited for Christmas. I hope you are too. And yeah, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. God bless, and see you on the next podcast.
The Diakonia Podcast.